watched the build video. You've seen this bike come to life. You've witnessed my hard work. Now it's time to find out if this bike is actually any good. Let's roll them. Let's go explore. Today I'm out somewhere new. That's right, not only new bike, but new location. I'm exploring the Rother Valley today, and I'm not planning on going far. You see, this ride isn't just a shakedown of this awesome Cannondale cyclocross, but it's also a way of killing a little time. As I ride, Chops is currently having a little operation, and I don't want to be too far away when the call comes in for me to collect her. So this beautiful country park seemed like a no-brainer. I haven't visited before, but I can tell you for now, it is beautiful, and it has a few little tricks up its sleeve to really test the Cannondale out. As I began my exploratory mission, I soon spotted my first climb, crying out for a little bit of a whipping up the hill test to see what this thing's made of. But it wasn't a great start. As I dropped to the 30th chainring at the front, it jammed up. That wasn't great. Don't know what happened there, but we soon got it moving. But, and it's a big but, it soon became clear that this thing loves to climb, even with my big old mass on top of it. What a treat. Even with only 1132 on the back, it was behaving impeccably once I got the gears to work. Now, at this point, I missed something quite crucial about the country park and the routes and left it. But, hell, this is a full shakedown test, so why not have a little bit of road work? And having that double on the front, 47/30, means this thing handles the road nicely with a 38C tyre. We were soon back in the country park. And I think now is an opportune moment for Trail Me to sit and look at the scenery, and for me, back home to tell you a little bit more about the bike. So the bike is a 2003 Cannondale cyclocross, complete with a 25mm travel head shock with lockout. It's a 58cm frame, and I have added quite a few upgrades. We've gone for subcompact gearing taken care of by some Ultegra as well as the hubs. Gearing is a 47/30 at the front and 1132 at the back. Braking is taken care of by Shimano CX50s, and the shifting is handled by some Shimano 105/5700. Tyres, Halo GXC 38s. 38 is as big as it's going to get on this bike. I've also added, of course, a frame pump because I'm on a one-man quest to save them. This is one of the last of the American-made Cannondales at this era, and it is an absolute cracker. My little break, I'm back on the trail, and I found some really decent single track which I really thought was going to lead me somewhere exciting. It didn't. Then found this railway line, crossed over it, and found a railway bridge with this cool thing to put your bike in to get you over the top. I mean, come on, check that out. That's gotta mean the cyclists need to go this way to find some awesome trails. So, gotta have a look, right? Or maybe it just leads you into scrap metal yard and load more bridges. So I haven't got time for that. Let's go back and see what else we can find. More rubbish steps. Thankfully, the next thing I found was this awesome flowing trail. Really opened up the Cannondale down here, and this, you can see, is where the Cannondale is going to do its finest work. It is fast and stable, which is not something you can say about a lot of cyclocross bikes. Normally a little on the twitchy side. This thing flies. Having that double at the front with lots of options it just works. Allows you to really put some power through this bike. So much so that I turn round and hit that trail again. I mean, check it out. It's flying. So as I mentioned earlier, there was something I missed that led me straight back onto that road section where we gave this thing a bit of a thrashing. I'm about to show you what that was. That's right, we totally missed the mountain bike trail section. Some freshly built single track. Oh yeah, this is surely going to be the ultimate proving ground for this bike. This is going to test its limits. Can't ask for more here. It's got to be the ultimate tester. But straight away, there's an issue, and you can hear it. It's those brakes. All they're doing is squealing. There's very little power or modulation for me to work with here, and it is a bit unsettling on fast flowing rooty trails. Now, it's not the only thing going on here that surprises me, and you can see it in the way I'm riding. It's the handling. This bike actually isn't as nimble at changing direction as you might expect, particularly from a bike wearing the cyclocross moniker. Could it be down to the brakes? Well, I don't know. Possibly, but I feel there's more going on here. I think its ultimate fast stability is possibly hindering, the trail playtime. But let's not forget, these are mountain bike trails designed for a different kind of bike. If you keep your eyes on the right here, you can actually see that my honking brakes have attracted some walkers, so I'm obviously making a hell of a noise in the woods here. But anyway, one thing that this bike has brought to the trail is that party piece, that 25mm travel head shock. It is doing a fine job. It really makes this bike a lot more comfortable. It's removing all the trail buzz and taking the thump out of those lumpy bits. Yeah. Brilliant. I don't know why anybody would ever put the lock on, if I'm being honest. It just sits there nicely doing its job.
cyclocross to that.
As we leave the mountain bike trail, there's one other thing I want to talk about that I'm not enjoying on this bike, and that is that retro turbo saddle. It might look cool as anything, but I'm telling you now, they might be okay on the road, but I'm not feeling it on the trail, and neither is my gusset.
Oh, God.
With time ticking on, I've come to my final descent on my way back to the car park. Again, those brakes are now starting to drive me mad because I want to let this bike go on this fast flowing descent, and I just can't because I don't feel like I can get the power off when needed. There's definitely going to be some changes to this bike, but the good stuff is far outweighing those shakedown niggles that you always get from restoring an older bike.
Very fun.
So, with about 14 miles covered, we're back at Bongo Base Camp. It's time to put the kettle on, have a coffee, and reflect on the Cannondale cyclocross. It's 2003 bike. Does it hold up in 2024? Okay, so I'm back from the ride and I'm just going to wrap up my final recap thoughts on the Cannondale cyclocross. Bearing in mind this is 22 years old, this bike holds its own still, in my humble opinion. It's light, it's agile, it is fun to ride, really engaging. Probably could hold a torch to the Carbon 113 Ranger, my sort of benchmark gravel steed, if you will. The gearing, excellent choice by myself. I'm going to take the credit for that, although I wouldn't mind an 1134 or 1136 just for that little extra. Didn't struggle at any point, but it'd just be nice. The head shock works really, really well. Oh my God, you can tell it's there. It's just takes the edge off it, especially when I got to those mountain bike sections. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So that's well worth having. The lockout, didn't really get a chance to try that, but the bad, okay, the turbo saddle, as cool as it looks, I can hack one on a road bike, but on gravel, on dirt, on trail, I think I'd probably have something else if it was a long-term prospect, which, you know, charged spoon, Brooks Cambium, something I know that my gusset will thank me for. The brakes, they're the big letdown of today's ride. Those CX50s just squealed and were very, very dull. I'd expect a lot better, if I'm being honest. I've got Canties on the bikes, Tektro Oryx, those kind of things. Much better brake. These just squealed and squeaked and honked and whatever. Everything will get cleaned. Try some different pads. If that doesn't work, I'd really like to see if we can get those average shorties that it should have anyway. So yeah, it's a winner, it's staying for now. 38C tyres as well, absolutely fine. Not a problem at all. Okay, so let's wrap up. I hope your next ride is downhill with smooth tarmac. Keep your wheels spinning, keep your rubber on the road or your knobblies on the trail. Be safe out there, look out for each other, be a good human and a good cyclist. Remember to stop if somebody needs help. Just do the right thing. If you get a minute, it'd be absolutely amazing if you could like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, helps things grow, and just, you know, give me the feedback. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy the video.